Today's video is about a revision or a recap of the syllabus which has already been covered during the lockdown period. That is the syllabus which we covered before the holidays began. In this, we are going to have revision one by one of each chapter in this video. Let us start off with the first chapter, that is the commercial and non-commercial activities. Children, if you remember, in this we started off our discussion with the topic human activities. That is, these are the activities in which a person is engaged from morning to evening. For example, brushing, getting ready for office, etc. All these activities are termed as human activities. In this, children, we further discussed that human activities are further categorized under two heads. Number one, the activities which help to satisfy human wants, that is, which lead directly to any kind of economic benefits in terms of money. For example, an employee working in an organization, he gets benefit in terms of money in the form of salary, whereas the other kind of human activities are the ones which do not produce any kind of direct economic benefits. For example, the activities which are carried out for any kind of charitable services, praying, playing, etc. Children, in this we also discussed about the human activities being categorized under two heads, that is commercial activities or economic activities and the non-commercial activities or the non-economic activities. Children, when we talk about the commercial activities, the commercial activities are the activities, as we discussed earlier also, are all those human activities in which a person is involved and which he undertakes to earn a living and which leads to satisfaction of human wants. The main motive of these activities, as we discussed earlier also, is to earn income and create wealth. For example, a doctor attends to his patients in his clinic. A shopkeeper sells goods. All these activities are leading to earning a living. Now, let us know what are non-economic activities or non-commercial activities. As discussed earlier, these are the activities which are undertaken to satisfy social, religious, cultural and sentimental requirements. For example, a mother looks after her children. She is not getting paid. A student who donates blood during a blood donation camp, an old man who goes to a temple. All these activities are termed as non-commercial activities. Children, in this chapter, we also discussed the different types of commercial activities under the head business, profession, and employment. Children, if you remember, when we discussed about business, we mentioned that business includes all those activities which are concerned with the production and exchange of goods and services with the objective of earning profit. We also discussed that business is an economic activity because it is undertaken to earn money and produce wealth. Then we further discussed about why business is regarded as an economic activity. Now coming to profession. When we discussed profession, children, we discussed about profession means an occupation which is involved in the application of specialized knowledge and skills to earn a living, and the people who are engaged in profession are known as professionals. They provide their personal services of specialized nature to their clients. For example, chartered accountant, doctors, all these people, they are professionals, and the work they do, that is known as profession. In this, children, we discussed the main features of profession, that is, the specialized body of knowledge, formal training, restricted entry, professional association, and so on. Now, moving on to the next thing, what we discussed in this chapter is employment. Children, if you remember, when we discussed about employment, I mentioned that employment means economic activity where people work for others in exchange of certain kind of remuneration or salary. And the person who works for other, they are known as employees, and the person or the organization which engages other people to work for them, they are known as employers. We discussed about employment also at length. For example, a teacher teaching in a school or college. Children, in this chapter we also discussed about the interrelationship between business, profession and employment. That is, all these three, they are complementary to each other. They cannot survive without each other. They are part and parcel of one another. Now, moving on to the chapter number 2. Children, if you remember, in this chapter we discussed about the meaning and definition of business. That is, business is an economic activity which is involved in sale, transfer or exchange of goods and services with the purpose of earning money. Goods and services are produced to satisfy the human wants, and they are not for any kind of personal use. Business is an occupation and which has a wide variety of activities. Children, in this we also discussed about the features of business. That is, we discussed about the characteristics and nature of business activities. That is, sale, transfer or exchange, regular dealing should be there, profit motive should be there should be a creation of utilities, economic activities, risk and so on. Children, in this chapter we further discussed about the types of business activities which are categorized under two heads, that is industry and commerce. When we discussed about industry, children, we discussed that industry is basically meant the production of products with the help of human beings and other resources. It involves the application, the use of men, machinery, material and money. Children, when we discussed about industry, we discussed that industry is further categorized under primary industries, secondary industries and tertiary industries, which are further categorized under the primary industries under the heads of genetic industries, extractive industries. Under the head of secondary industries, there comes the manufacturing industries and the construction industries. Then we further discussed about commerce. Children, if you remember, when we discussed about commerce, commerce is basically concerned with buying, selling and distribution of commodities. It is organized system for the exchange of goods and services between the members of business and the rest of the society. So we discussed that commerce consists of all those activities which are essential for maintaining a free flow of goods and services from the producer to the final consumer. In this, children, if you remember, we discussed about commerce is further categorized under two heads, that is trade and aids to trade. Children, if you remember, when we discussed about trade, we discussed that trade means buying and selling of goods. It involves the exchange of commodities for money. When we discussed about commerce, children, under the head of trade, we discussed that trade is further categorized under the domestic trade and foreign trade. And when we discussed about aids to trade, children, we discussed the different aids to trade are warehousing, transportation, banking, insurance, advertising, packaging. We also discussed about the hindrances. In this chapter, we also discussed, children, about the interrelationship between trade, commerce, and industry as to how each one of them contribute towards each other and how are they complementary to each other and how are they interrelated to one another. Then moving on to chapter number 3. In this chapter, children, we discussed about the meaning and types of non-profit organizations. Children, if you remember, in this we discussed that organizations which are established and operated with the motive of earning profit are termed as profit seeking organizations, and they are the ones whose main motive is to earn profit. Children, in this chapter, we further discussed about the non-profit organizations. As to non-profit organizations are those organizations which are set up and run not to earn profit but to serve the society. For example, we discussed about the charitable organizations, educational organizations, religious organizations, municipal organizations, political organizations, mutual benefit organizations, commonweal organizations. Further, children, we also discussed about societies, trusts, and non-profit companies under the head organization of non-profit organizations. Then moving on to chapter number 4, children. In this chapter, we discussed about the private sector enterprises and the public sector enterprises. If you remember, children, in this we discussed that the private sector enterprises are the ones which are undertaken and they are owned and controlled and financed by private businessmen. There is no government participation in them. We further discussed about their key features, that is private ownership and control, profit motive, no state participation, private finance, and so on. Under the head of public sector enterprises, children, we discussed that these undertakings are owned and operated by central and state government, and we further discussed about their key features such as state ownership, government control, service motive, bureaucratic management, and so on. Children, we further moved to chapter number 5, which is sole proprietorship. Under this, we discussed about the meaning of sole proprietor. We discussed that a sole proprietor is a person who carries on business exclusively by and for himself. He is not only the owner of the capital of the undertaking but is usually the organizer and manager, and he takes all the profits or responsibility for all the loss in the business. We further discussed about the features and merits and demerits of sole proprietorship. That is, under the head of merits, we mentioned that it is easy to start and dissolve, it is to motivate to work, quick decisions, independent control, and so on. Under the head of demerits of sole proprietorship, children, we discussed that there is limited capital resources in this, limited managerial ability, unlimited liability, and so on. Children, this is all what we had discussed before the holidays began. Kindly go through this video and through all the videos which have been covered earlier with you, and be ready for a doubt clearance session. Thank you. Have a good day.